A few days ago, I came to the largest salvage car auction in the country, and I bought that. And normally they fork them out, but this thing runs and drives, and I bought it for $525, a clean Title 05 Nissan Pathfinder that's fully loaded. It's paid for. Let's go check it out. All right, here it is. I've never had one just pulled out like that. But when I was here, if you guys saw that video, it just fired up. It's got a key with a fob. Dude. Are you serious right now? It doesn't sound weird. There's gotta be something to this. Like, I mean, obviously we don't know if the transmission's good. Oh, what was that noise? I thought I heard something. Okay. But you know what? Before we get crazy, let's pull it over into a better spot. Let's check the oil. Let's look it over a little. We're gonna help put a motorcycle on this. All right, so I'm gonna steer it and you, all right. I think this guy thinks I work here, but we're gonna help him out anyway, because it's gonna be a while till he gets anyone in there. Okay, hopefully I don't get crushed by this thing. We're good, right? All right. How do you do this by yourself? I don't even know what this is. Doesn't look bad. What is this thing? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go like that. Yeah, I'll stay here. Okay, no problem. All right, bye. I'm gonna ride off the sunset here on my, what is this thing?
It's beautiful.
It's nice. It's a Honda. I mean, it's no Nissan Pathfinder, but you know, it's close. Anyone into bikes out there? I had a 1980 Harley FX Wide Glide. Oh, we're moving. I'm getting kidnapped right now. It was a 1340 shovelhead. It was solid mount, 4-speed. It was a monster. Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay.
Good?
Thank you
No.
so much, my friend.
No problem, anytime. Have a great day.
Have a nice day.
All right, you too. This is, all right, here we go.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's go look at a Pathfinder. Runs good so far. Is that another black Typhoon? That's weird. I'm just kidding. That's mine. We took the Typhoon here to pick up the Nissan, 2 black SUVs, and look at how small the Typhoon is. Wow. Having it next to like a normal size SUV for today's standards, that thing is tiny. That's what she said. I want to check the oil, and I forgot to bring a rag, but the previous owner left me something they probably blew their nose into. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? It's definitely boogers in here. Soon to be oily boogers. And here we are, 4-liter V6. The oil pressure was really good on the cluster. I checked it when I was here a couple days ago when I found this thing, but you never know. It didn't have any oil. I mean, it's got oil. It's just not showing up in the dipstick. That is pretty low. All right, we gotta put some oil in this thing. Glad I checked. Glad I didn't bring any oil. I'll have to find an auto parts store on the way and like pour it in the parking lot or something. We'll grab oil for this thing in a minute, but just look at it. It's all there. It's not perfect. I mean, it is black. It probably hasn't been buffed in forever. It has a trailer hitch as well. This is the LE, and I'm not 100% sure where that falls in the lines of Pathfinder, but this thing's pretty loaded up. All right, a little bit of damage right there, no biggie. Some rust bubbling. It is probably a Chicago car for the most part. We have what look to be really good tires, and what I checked out at the auction was the frame just to see if anything was rotted out, and it actually looks really clean under here. There's the transfer case. It doesn't look to be leaking. And let's see, are there any major oil leaks? I mean, there's definitely some seepage here, but nothing pouring out. That's nice. We can make these headlights look brand new. The front bumper isn't damaged. Overall, it's just nice. Little scuffs here. That's okay. It was $525. Oh, and get this. I looked up the Carfax after I bought this, and it's basically a 1 owner. It technically says 2 because a dealership bought it, and then I think it was just around the dealership for a while or something like that, but it was dealer maintained by Nissan and basically a 1 owner its entire life. They did like every single service on this thing on time. Here we go. Made in voyage time. Will we make it home? It's gonna shift. Oh, it shifted. It shifted. Let's shift again. Shifted again. It's shifting and it's turning. This is awesome. 200,000 miles, man. Drives pretty straight. Ship's good, guys. We've gotten up to 3rd gear already. I'll take it. Let's see. Okay, that's 3rd now. We're going 40, nothing's falling off yet. Yep, we're good. Oh yeah, this is great. We do have an airbag light that's flashing. I do have my seatbelt on, so I don't know what's going on there. We're driving it. $525 Pathfinder. We got to get a little bit of oil on the way because we got kind of a cruise, but oil pressure's looking fine. It's probably just like a quart low, something like that. Hang on. I think this thing started dying on me. Oh yeah, I'm flooring it right now. Oh, there it goes. Hesitation going on. Something bad's happening. Luckily, we have a gas station right there. Oh yeah, it's breaking up. I'm flooring it right now. It won't go past 2,000. That oil pressure is definitely low, but I mean, it goes right back up to normal when you give it any throttle. But no, this thing was dying on me. It wouldn't move. It wouldn't move. There's a Ferrari in front of me, by the way. There's something. We're at the gas station. Let's get a little bit of oil and look this over. Well, lesson learned on bringing oil to random auction cars. This was $14 in the gas station. Are you kidding me? Total ripoff, but we'll throw it in. All right, there we go. Drink up. I'm gonna change all this anyway. If this thing's in as good of shape as I hope it is, it's getting the LSC care package, AMSOIL, everything. All right, there we go. Hopefully that's enough. I'm not buying another one. Not that far from the shop. I saved our booger napkin so we could check the oil again. Wipe it clean. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, we're good. We were just about a quart low. We could probably get a little bit more oil in there, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see what happens with that oil pressure gauge. It was reading low, but at idle. But like as soon as you gave it any throttle at all, it would go to normal. I think it's fine. Nissan guys, is that normal? Oh, there we go. Okay, it didn't want to start there. That's weird, and this thing was dying. We gotta go. This thing did have crankshaft position sensor codes. It's possible that that sensor is bad. Sometimes when they heat up, they start to fail like this, but I do not want to pay for a tow. The car was only 500 bucks. A tow would be like another 200. Let's roll. Oil pressure's still reading, I don't know, lowish, but it goes right up, like no problem. Oh man, there it is. This is all the way down, guys. It's very low on power. I'm like halfway down and it's barely creeping over 2,000. It kind of feels like maybe a catalytic converter is clogged, and it also had codes for cat inefficiency. So I scanned this, you know, when I looked at it at the lot a couple days ago, and it was crankshaft position sensor and cat efficiency. So it could have a clogged cat and a bad crank sensor. I don't know, that's just me diagnosing it here on the ride. But yeah, it's very low on power. Oh, yeah, you gotta like floor it for it to downshift, and then it still feels really weak. It feels just like a clogged exhaust. But cruising around, our oil pressure is perfect. Now, we're almost at the shop, and outside of all of the issues, it's driving pretty well. Steering wheel's pretty straight-ish. Might need an alignment, but the brakes feel great. Yeah, I mean, the trans is good. And I don't know, the exhaust doesn't have any holes in it at least. I tried out the Bose stereo, and it sounds good. And it's in two-wheel drive right now, but it's selectable. So we have 4 high and 4 low. We have heated seats. We got everything a Nissan Pathfinder can offer. Well, in 2005, they're probably a lot nicer now, but you know. Oh, and we will figure that out. If you guys saw the other video, there's, yeah, I don't know what that is in the headliner. We're a block away from the shop. I'm gonna try flooring it. That is all the way down. Okay, I mean, I know this isn't anything fast, but it does feel clogged on the exhaust. I'm not sure, I don't know. Our Pathfinder's really slow. Probably. We made it back to LegitStreetCars. I gotta move some stuff in before we bring the Nissan in. But man, are we lucky we made it. And you guys know what I bring on all of these adventures, whether they're 20 miles from the shop or 1,000 miles away. And that would be my Fantic jumper and Fantic tire inflator. And yes, this is the sale you guys have been asking me about. I've gotten a ton of emails and messages on the next Fantic sale. This is the biggest one of the year, their blowout sale for Black Friday. My twin turbo V12 Mercedes is super dead. But that's no problem for the T8 Max. This thing will jump gigantic gas engines and diesels. And if your battery is totally dead, you can still force feed it power. Oh, it's ready. Here we go. Oh yeah, no problem at all. I haven't started this car for months. That is a worst case scenario, so it'll jumpstart anything you have. And Fantic makes a couple different jumpers. And what's great is they fit in just about everywhere. This is a must-have on road trips. These things have saved me a bunch of time. And so have the tire inflators. Now these also have a super bright LED light, different modes as well. Look at that. And all of these jumpers can charge up all of your devices. I mean, fast charge, they're amazing. The tire inflator will do that as well. And you also get your LED light. Now, all of this makes a fantastic gift, but Fantic also makes a very powerful portable vacuum. It's my wife's favorite, and it's called the V8 Apex. This will vacuum your car out, and it blows air as well. It has a runtime of about 45 minutes, and it's perfect for keeping a daily driver clean. So I'll drop all of the links down below. Take advantage. It may sell out. Now, let's get into this Pathfinder. I have to know what's going on here. Was it an aftermarket, you know, drop-down TV screen or something? Oh, it had to have been. Yeah, we got some kind of wiring a connector here. This had to have been something. Hold on, there's markings. Oh, is this gonna say Nissan? And this, it says that way, and there's some part numbers. So strange, but yeah, this is cut out. It had to have been an aftermarket drop-down TV or something, but I mean, this is still in place. If I could figure out the brand and it's got a connector here, maybe we just put something back. You know, I don't know. Headliners aren't too expensive either, but this one's massive. All right, whatever, figure it out. It was 525 bucks. That's a great thing about cheap vehicles. It's like, we could patch this up and it's still a great car to drive around. Do we have a CD player? Please select disc. Oh, it's a 6 disc. Oh yeah, oh, insert. Let's see, anything in here? I don't know how to work this. I don't think there's anything in it. Okay. So just like I scanned it at the auction with my smaller scanner, we have crankshaft position sensor codes. Let's see, we have a belt tension sensor. Okay, that could be our SRS airbag code. And let's see, BCM, we have low pressure, whatever, we don't care. Let's see, we have some faults here in the 4-wheel drive system. Wow, this happened many times. Throttle position sensor, 111 times. Okay, the rest is good. All right, well, we definitely have somewhere to start here with this crankshaft position sensor that could definitely just be bad. I'll have to look up these codes also, since we do have the VDC light on. Guys, no joke, it's the very next day. So it was sunny and beautiful yesterday, and now it's snowing. So I guess we have to figure out if the wipers work. They do. Wow. Welcome to Chicago. Wonderful. Let's get this thing inside the nice, warm, legit street quarters. Pathfinder going up while my other snowy Nissan watches. Big downside of Chicago, snow. Good pizza though. First look at the Pathfinder up in the air before we start repairing stuff. I just want to double check that, you know, the big stuff is in good shape, like this beautiful transfer case that's not leaking anything at all. And I was able to switch this in a 4-wheel drive and it did work, so thumbs up to the transfer case. Now this is a Chicago vehicle, so we're gonna see some rust, especially on the exhaust, but nothing has holes in it, not even the bottom of the muffler. That's fantastic. It doesn't sound loud or anything either, so this is an exhaust system, especially on this cheap of vehicle, that you just kind of leave alone unless you need to do a repair. Rear diff is dry. This is crazy. Look at, they have the tone rings for the ABS exposed, and look at how clean they are. That's crazy. The sensors are right there. I wonder if this stuff is new. I guess these had timing chain issues, but it's got 200,000 miles. And one of my awesome subscribers commented that it's probably been done. He also said to check the milkshake of death, which if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you know I made one on the Mercedes-Benz and the Nissans. Had an issue where the transmission cooler that's built into the radiator would mix with the coolant, and then you get a milkshake and it destroys the transmissions in a lot of cases, so we gotta check that too. But speaking of transmissions, here is ours, and it's totally dry. Awesome. Front diff is dry as well. And this is really the important stuff here is the frame. So obviously a little rust, but this is super, super solid. I don't see any real issues with the frame at all. You know, rusty control arms or whatever, but good frame rails. Yep, these are looking great. All the way up front. Overall, phenomenal frame. Good job, Nissan, on your frame. Spare tire is like new. We have a factory Nissan trailer hitch. So far, so good. Let's lower this again. We'll check for the milkshake of death. If we don't have that, we're gonna start fixing stuff. So luckily, Nissan gives us a transmission dipstick. There are a lot of cars of this era, especially Euro stuff, with no trans dipstick. So far, so good. This is red. That's a beautiful thing. If it looks literally like a strawberry milkshake, you're in bad shape, but let's keep going. We're also gonna wanna check out the coolant too and see if that looks clean or not. Well, it might not be brand new, but it's not oily. That's what we're looking for, and it's not milkshakey. Okay, this is a really good sign. There is a date code here on the radiator. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how to decipher this. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. I'll get close for you. It's a 2005 vehicle. Does that mean it was made in 2004? I don't know, that goes up to 12 though. That could be the month. Let me know in the comments if you guys can decipher when this radiator was built. Oh, but look at this. This is a big external transcooler, which does look factory. A lot of guys that had the bad radiators in the Mercedes and the Nissans just eliminated the whole system and went with an external. Let's lift this back up. I wanna get this metal skid plate out, so we have to remove this piece of plastic. I've already gotten some of the 10s out. Wow, that doesn't look good. Oh yeah. Now we can take the metal skid plate out much easier. Coming down. Okay, I dropped that, it was slippery. Hey, now we can get to the oil filter. Sweet. Harmonic balancers, looking good. This does have a mechanical fan. A lot of Japanese SUVs have mechanical fans. It's like they didn't get with the electric fans for a long time. It looks like we have a power steering cooler too. That's nice. Just like I thought, they are running an external transcooler and an internal to the radiator transcooler. So this line here and this line here, they go that away and they turn into these steel lines that go to the transmission. I've never liked that. That's more of a transmission fluid heater, if anything. And then that big of a cooler is more than enough for this SUV. So I got an idea. They're just using regular transmission hose with these little clamps going to the bottom of the radiator for that circuit for the cooler. So this must be a very low pressure side. And let's pull this off. We'll be able to see for sure if it's got the strawberry milkshake of death. No. This is great. That is perfect fluid. It's not aerated or pink or anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna loop them. We're just gonna eliminate the transmission heater in the radiator that could potentially fail and destroy the transmission. We're taking it completely out of the loop. That way we don't have to spend any money on a radiator because this thing's not leaking at all. It could be the updated part. They did fix this at some point, but I don't trust it. Let's pull this guy off too. Perfect. I'm gonna get rid of these clamps while we're in here too. The hoses look fantastic though. I think we're good there. We're gonna use a traditional style clamp, just like that. I'm not gonna cut the hoses. We're just gonna add a barb right here and right here. And we're gonna connect these two together, no more radiator. Goodbye. We'll tighten these guys up. All right, looking good. I'm gonna blow a little bit of air into this cooler. And the other end, I attached a hose. There's not a whole lot in this. It's a small cooler. Or warmer, actually. They don't even run that much trans fluid through it. It's just there to destroy your transmission. Now that we've eliminated our risk of the strawberry milkshake, let's move on to the crankshaft sensor because we keep getting a code for it. And that is also a very common problem with the Nissan Pathfinder with this 4.0 V6. So let's take some stuff apart. I'm not exactly sure where the crank sensor is. Could be down here by the crank in the front, or it could actually be in the back as well. Either way, I'm gonna take a bunch of this stuff apart. Just want to take a look at this engine without covers. And we're gonna do some spark plugs and coils, which are on that side and this side. We got an air filter, we got all sorts of stuff going on. It's literally just the strongest rubber bushings known to mankind. Oh my gosh. This does not need bolts. This is crazy talk. Come on, Nissan? Or Nissan? Wow. That is way overkill. It has some serious, these are like body mount bushings. This is crazy. All right, there's an intake. More 10s to hold on this beauty cover. They put a lot of money worth of fasteners in here. They could have just put that into a better radiator that wouldn't destroy the transmission. I'll move this throttle body clamp. Disconnect our mass airflow sensor. A couple clips here. We'll take a look at the air filter. Oh, I forgot one right here. Can I manhandle this off? I don't need no pliers. I got these. I might need some pliers. Maybe. Ah, that's right, Nissan. You could use an air filter, not horrible. I've seen worse, like on my DeLorean. You guys see the air filter on the DeLorean? It was the worst air filter I've ever seen in my whole life. But anyway, we'll get a new one of these in. It looks like we can get to the crank sensor and the two cam sensors if we take the wheels off and go through the wheel well. So we're gonna be doing the cam sensors as well. That's like the trifecta. Those go bad too. Might as well knock them out. Wheels coming off. 6 lug. This is a full frame vehicle with selectable 4-wheel drive, high and low. It's kind of a beast. There's gotta be people that off-road these, do overland builds, stuff like that. Oh, these tires are so nice. Look at the tread. And our pads are a little low. Rotors don't have a lip at all though. Everything in here looks pretty nice. It could definitely use some new front struts, but they're not making any noise. A little rusty though. What is this? I found one of the sensors, yes. This has gotta be the crank sensor right there. Let's get it out. Looks like a 10. I was able to sneak the 10mm bolt out. It's hard to film because my hand was like right here blocking you guys, but I got the 10 out and this should pull right out like that. Gotcha. Oh no. All right. I gotta figure out how to unplug it. Got it unplugged. Here we go. Here is our new crank sensor. It looks exactly the same as the old one, so we're in good shape. Here's to another 200,000 miles. That one was probably original. And just going in right there. Bolt is in. Now we just have our connector right here, and it has a rubber shield over it, which is very nice. Connector is on. We're good. Looks like for the camshaft sensors, we're gonna need to get in somewhere back here. I believe this is the harness for them. All right, I gotta get up in here. Got this thing pretty low. There's no other good way to do this. I'm probably gonna hurt myself. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself. Got the 10 mil out. Oh yeah, Yeah, there was an oil leak back there, actually on the other side too. And I thought it was the valve cover, but it's probably just this. So this is a great while you're in there. Just double checking we have the right part, and we do. These are the Hitachis, kind of expensive. They're like $100 each, but I don't want any issues. Hitachi going in, see ya. Sorry, I can't film anything back there. There's no room, but just imagine a sensor going in and then a 10 mil going in. Can I tell you guys that these Nissan connectors, they stink. So I'm on the passenger side. I got the leaking cam sensor out. It is really, really difficult to get these connectors loose. This is crazy. Maybe if I go like this, you ever make faces at stuff and you're like, why? Why does that happen? Like, what kind of natural reaction is an ugly face? Why are we pre-programmed to do that? Like, if you're lifting a heavy weight, we're trying to get a Nissan connector off. It's like, makes no sense. It should just be like this. Like, I'm struggling right now, but I'm not showing it. Try to not show your struggle when you're struggling.
Be a man.
This connector is so dumb. I pulled the one on the driver's side just to show you, but look at this. It goes in like so, and it kind of like, oh, cool, it snapped in. And it just pulls right out. I mean, I guess it could be broken too, but it is so hard to actually get this out for the first time. The other one doesn't just pull out like that. You have to really push down here. I don't know what in the world is happening, but this goes up too. It's like you can reload it, kind of. It's like a gun. Let's try this. We'll put it there. It still pulls right out. It'd probably stay like that. I mean, I'm sure this is fine. I figured it out. If you push this whole thing down, it's in the unlock position. Then you can install the sensor, and when it goes up, it's in the lock position. This one just works a little bit better on the other side, but that's it. Can someone say over-engineered? The other cam sensor is done. So both cams, crank sensor, we're good. Let's move on to taking a look at the spark plug. And the coils use just a, a normal connector. I already pulled this one off. And then it's just a 10 millimeter right there. Pop up our ignition coil. This engine was running great. It wasn't misfiring or anything, so that's nice. I think it was going into some kind of limp mode. I was thinking the exhaust was clogged, but it smells totally fine. Usually if you have clogged catalytic converters, it'll start to smell like eggs or sulfur, and this smelled perfect. So it's possible, because we had that crank sensor code come back over and over again, that was going bad and it was going into limp mode and then it wouldn't start at the gas station. That's my theory. Let's look at plugs. There we go. Let's turn it nicely. It's a good sign. I'm sure these have been done, multiple times by 200,000 miles. I don't know what the interval is, but maybe like 60, something like that. Oh, these are nice. These are really nice. Ooh, they're iridium. Oh, these are good forever. NGKs. I believe iridiums are good for like 100,000 miles. We want to look at the gap here, so we'll take a measurement and see where we're at, but this is pretty clean, looking good. Let's see what our gap is. Ooh, 50, 51,000, something like that. I did already order new plugs for this, just assuming we'd need them, and about 42. Okay. Honestly, we could probably get away with running these, especially on a $525 Nissan Pathfinder, but we got them. Let's just do it. So this side is pretty easy, ton of room. This side, not so much. So let me wrap that up, and then we'll make angry faces together and try and do those plugs without removing the intake. Done with that side. Moving on to this. These two coils, at least the 10 mil is accessible. Then if we go to this side, not so much. There's the coil. I'm gonna give that the angriest face ever when we get there. Let's try the easier ones. Long extension. Okay, got that 10. Don't drop, don't drop, don't drop. Okay, that's okay. We got it. We got it. Gigantic harness, move out of the way. I might be able to just leave this clipped on, get it out, move it. There we go. There's a hole. Long extension should do the trick. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, let's add one more. I'm getting one. We'll know for sure we'll have 4 out of the 6 done. Yeah, overall, I am glad we're changing these out. I got the passenger side rear plug-in and the coil back on. That was no problem. This is kind of a problem, though. If we try to go straight in with an extension, we can't. So I'm gonna try something, a little trick, if you will, an LSC trick. It's called dropping your socket right there. Got it. The trick is literally dropping the socket just in the hole like that. Goodbye. Then you try to get your extension in like that. So we have an extension, sweet. And now we can attach another extension. It's a wobble like that. You kind of basically just build it up. Now, okay, yeah, we're good. Plug is gonna come out. Sweet. Now the tough part is kind of getting it out. So we're gonna lose an extension there. Got this out. Now we're gonna use a magnet to get out the socket with the plug on it. Hopefully, oh yes, we did it. We did it. We're gonna go back in with a smaller extension. That might even be better than what we just did. Okay, cool, we got that in there. Let's see if we can just go right to the big one. Yes. And we'll just start threading this in by hand first. Tighten it up. We are so far so good, but we still have the hardest one to do, so I shouldn't celebrate just yet. Knock on our Nissan fender. That'll bring us good luck. Plug's done. I'm leaving the coil out for now because I can fit a 10 mil ratcheting wrench right in here. I can get to this coil bolt. That's great. Yes. I got the bolt out. Now I gotta try and get this coil out. Get out. It's flexible. That's good. I mean, they like cut this out for you, but man, they could have done it a little bigger, right? Help us out, Nissan. Make a little twisteroo. I gotta get your foot out. Oh no. Get out. Get out. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Oh, oh, I hear it. If you guys are ever wondering what I would sound like as an old grandpa, that's it. Oh, it sounds like this. I got it though. Taking the connector off might give me just enough room, maybe, or it'll do nothing at all. There's no way they designed this where you have to take the intake off for this plug. Can you imagine if this plug is like original because no one wanted to ever do it? Let's see if we bend this over this way. A good thing they're flexible. They're very flexible coils. Give them that. This is impossible. See this bracket right here? If that wasn't there, I could get the coil out that way. And look at this. It's missing one of the bolts. I wonder if someone took this out to get to that plug and then never put the bolt back. Needs manpower. Okay, that didn't work. Needs manpower. I didn't say who the man was gonna be. Someone's gotta power this thing off. I don't know. Oh, it's on such a weird angle. Nissan Pathfinder engineers. Are you watching right now? What's up with this plug, dude? Or dudettes, whoever designed this thing? I did it. I did it. I don't know if that bolt's ever going back in. Okay, that was tough. Did that help us at all? There's 2 bolts in the bottom for the bracket. I can get to those. Straight 1/2 inch impact here. That is on there, guys. Seriously, these little bolts. Next. Did it. If that releases the coil, kind of a lot of work just to get one coil out. It'd be so funny if this plug is old, much older. All right, well, I'm just gonna leave the bracket kind of down there out of the way. All right, getting rid of this bracket. Wow, this is just a beast of a bracket. I don't even know what this does. Like nothing goes to it. It's too thick to be a heat shield. It's like a subframe connector for an engine or something. I don't know. I mean, it gave me more room. It doesn't fix everything. Oh. Yes, yes, yes! I got it. And I didn't ruin this at all. That's a plus. All right, let's see if we can get the plug out. I'm not gonna say nothing here yet, but that looks easy. I just said something. Dare I say this one spark plug is actually easy? Like the plug, not the coil, or that stupid bracket, thickest bracket ever made that does nothing at all. Wow, seriously? I mean, I had to do a little contraption there, but no, it's just the same as the other ones. So whoever replaced these plugs last did definitely do this hard one. Good job, you. New spark plug going in somewhere in there. Get into your home. Go to your home. There you are. All right. Always thread these in by hand, especially when they're in a weird position like this. Don't go right for the gun or you might cross thread it. Hello. I'm a coil. And I'm gonna go back to my home without giving Alex any fuss. Don't give me any problems, coil. I want sparks out of you. Good ones. Yes. It's in. Where's the connector? Here it is. Flip around. Yeah. You go like that. Please connect. Yes. Yes. I did it, guys. I did spark plugs. I want to replace the cabin filter, or at least check it out. So we have our glove box. Oh, look at this. There's a date. There's a date. It was done in 2010. Whoa, at 81,000 miles. It's almost 2025. Is this thing 15 years old? That's cool. It's got another glove box. In the glove box is a sticker telling you all about the filter, and this doesn't make any sense though. Replace for North America every 15,000 miles, except for North America every 12,000 miles or 1 year. Or you could just contact your dealer for filter replacement. I don't know who was in charge of stickers back then from Nissan, but that makes no sense. Anywho, I know that it should be done sooner than 15 years, so let's remove a couple of screws here. And I believe then we'll drop this down and it'll expose the filter. Oh, come on. Well, there might be a couple more on the bottom, actually. You in here, filter? Where you at, boy? Okay, 2 more screws down on the bottom. Where are you, cabin filter? What in the world? Can you imagine if they put the cabin filter sticker right there in the glove box, but it's like totally not in this area at all? This is a graphite color glove box if you're curious. This has got to be it. Looks like it's missing a screw. Oh, I can see why they didn't put the screw in. This thing is really difficult. Okay, there we go. Cabin filter. How bad are you? Oh, there's two. Get out. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh yeah. Woo. This thing definitely went camping. It's all natural. This is an organic air filter now. You could eat this. This one even worse. Oh yeah. Oh, very nice. Look at that. Very satisfying to replace a cabin filter like that. Go back to nature. There we go. He will decompose into the earth now. Ooh, if only all this dust can talk. It'd probably tell us all about lots of really fun family vacations. This thing was probably just a normal family vehicle, one owner down in Springfield, Illinois. Now we can get our new air filters in here. I mean, cabin filters, whatever. They filter air too. This air filter name was already taken by the engine. And I guess this is also a cabin. All right, both cabin filters are in. Covers back on, and now we can reinstall our glove box assembly. Yes, you know I'm writing on this. There's no room to write on this, so I have an LSC sticker replaced. November 2024, and let's just throw it down right here. I think that's a pretty good spot, just, you know, so you can still read that if you're in North America, you should replace it every 15,000 miles, except for North America. Am I reading this wrong? Replace for North America, except for North America. Those are the same words. Maybe they meant South America? Got a new radiator cap, kind of a different design. This one's better, I think. There we go. Big bracket going back in. Probably leave this out, honestly. There you go. But there is a purpose to the bracket. It kind of supports the plenum that doesn't need it at all, honestly, but whatever, we'll put it back. Bracket is back on, and I even found a bolt for the front, so that's secured. Let's go back together with a new air filter, and we'll put the intake on and fire this beast up. Hang on, I found another. While you're in there, we have an easily removable mass airflow sensor, and we can clean this. And they don't even use tamper-proof Torx, just regular Phillips screws. So this has probably 200,000 miles on it, and they do get dirty. See the little filament right there? We can clean that with this stuff. It's called Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner. It's really easy to do. You're just literally spraying it inside where you see those little guys. Any other openings? Oh, there's an opening. Yeah, so just spray it in. That's pretty much it. Now we just let it dry. Mass Air is back on. Now we can flip this thing around and reconnect it like that. I mean, you know, I'll finish that up. But yeah, if you have a mass airflow sensor car, roughly every 50,000 miles, just give it a spray. That can will last you a lifetime. It'll probably run out of pressure before you use it all. And that can restore fuel economy, and it can also fix a check engine light. If you're getting a code for a mass airflow sensor, sometimes it's just dirty, and especially at the dealer, they won't clean them. They'll just replace them, but you could at least try. If it doesn't work, then you're in the same boat and you gotta replace it anyway. But the spray is pretty cheap. I think a can is like 10, 12 bucks. This is pretty cool. So you can see the condensation in the fuel tank, and there's a hard line where it stops. That's where the fuel level is in the fuel tank. That's pretty cool. Science, people, science. I topped up the trans fluid. We'll do the complete engine oil, diffs, and all that stuff in a moment. Let's fire this up. She runs good, guys. She runs great. Actually, before we do the complete LSC care package with all the fluids, I'm gonna go home because it's getting kind of late and I'm tired. And I was gonna try and pack all this stuff in my Oldsmobile, but I have a Pathfinder, so I put the third row seats down. These are a bunch of returns and stuff that I have to bring home. So yeah. So we currently have no warning lights on the dash. Let's see, will we have an airbag? Plug it. No, we're good, guys. That's great. And I looked it up. The spec there for the oil pressure, it's 14 PSI at hot idle, which is probably right around where we're at. And then the spec at 2000 RPM is 48 PSI. So it goes up really quick, just like we're seeing. Look at how quick this goes up. It's crazy. That's normal. I think we're good on oil pressure. One touch up. I turn our heated seat on. It doesn't light up. I don't know if that's normal. Oh, what in the world? This bounces. What kind of madness is this? Oh, okay. Dual zone climate, a little crazy. It bounces back. I don't know if I like that at all. It's really weird. There's got to be a way to sync these, but there you go. And we're off. Two-wheel drive. What are the wipers on this thing? Oh, not bad. Still got the auction stickers. All right, this one's seriously kind of blocking my view. Almost had it. It's running great, shifting great. A little more throttle. Yeah, it's got power. Okay, so far so good. Could have been the crank sensor the whole time. We got some kind of warning. Oh, it's just. Wow, seriously? It's for the tire pressure, but it beeps for like 10 seconds. That's crazy. Forgot to check the tire pressure, it might be low. They look good. 203,000 miles going strong. Seriously, this is beeping at me again. That is very annoying. You legit would have to get your tire pressure sensor fixed if one was bad. Like, if that's gonna keep going. That's not cool. I guess that's why we got Bose audio. I'll just turn the radio up. But here we are, getting on the highway. That's like half throttle, feels good. It's the fastest I've gone, I think. Please don't have any lights. Please don't have any lights. We got 70. We are highway cruising the Nissan Pathfinder. Steering wheel straight, good wipers, really good heat. I don't think the heated seats work, but for 525 bucks, you can't complain. Oh, and a lot of you guys had asked what the fees were at the auction. They're actually kind of a lot. It was like $350 in fees. So it is what it is. Some auctions, the fees are higher, some are lower, but there's always gonna be fees for the buyer. Still a good deal though, if we can make it home. Please make it home. I can confirm the driver heated seat doesn't work, but this thing is rocking and rolling. I think I've gone, I don't know, maybe 10 miles. Good to go so far. How's that heated seat, dude? Is it making you fall asleep? Or is that the karate class? Good heated seat. All right, he's out. He's out. Also, this parking spot is so small. I mean, I had to do this. After all, it's a four-wheel drive, full frame Nissan Pathfinder with a low gear. It's an off-roading beast. It's the next morning. Our snowmen are melting. They're melting. But my new daily driver Pathfinder is looking pretty good next to the Escalade. And wow, I can really see the size difference. They're about lined up. Look at that Escalade, it's a monster. They both have third row seats too, but there's just so much room when the third row is in use in the Escalade. It's awesome. This was also, you know, 500 bucks though. Pretty sweet. Cold start. Fires right up. No lights. She's a great daily, people. She's a great daily. I think we got a good one. We're back at Legit Street Quarters. We've gone roughly 45 miles, no lights outside of the tire pressure warning. We're good. I switched it back to two-wheel drive, and I've gone back and forth with four-wheel drive. That works. Let's give this thing some more love, including an undercoating, because we don't want it to get destroyed here in the Chicago winters. This thing lived in downstate Illinois, where I don't believe they use salt. I mean, if they did, this frame would be rotted out like crazy, but the frame looks good. We want to keep it that way. Almost forgot. Snap that in. And here's our trans repair, all buttoned up, not leaking. That's good. The Pathfinder's back up in the air, and I've had a fan underneath here just drying everything up because it did rain a little bit last night, but we are getting ready for this, the AMSOIL Heavy Duty Metal Protector. This stuff is the best at undercoating your car, and I've used it on so many of my own, like my wife's Cadillac Escalade, and it really protects the frame and everything underneath. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can undercoat the whole underneath of your truck for about 60 bucks and maybe 1 hour of your time. But let's drain some oil so that we're doing two things at once. I try to drain oil directly into empty containers so I can just bring them right to a shop down the street that burns it for heat. So we're draining away. So while this drains, let's undercoat. And I'm gonna drop a link down below where you can get 25% off all AMSOIL products, including the undercoating. Now, I highly recommend doing this before your frame gets, you know, like this. But this is all surface, okay? If you wanna make a show car, you can sit here and grind this all down. But we're not gonna do that because this is solid and this is a very inexpensive vehicle. We're just gonna spray everywhere, all over the frame, and it's gonna go on like a liquid, but it's gonna dry into a wax. And the reason it does that is so it can get into every little crevice. Something I really love is that this kind of soaks in to the existing surface rust, so it's gonna seal that up, but not like rubber undercoating does where it just kind of sits on the top and then seals in moisture. This will actually seep in because it is going on as a very thin liquid. So really easy to do. It comes in an aerosol can, so you don't need any special equipment, and it's actually a whole ton of fun. But seriously, if you buy a brand new vehicle, just before it goes into any weather at all, just spend like 60 bucks on this stuff, bomb the hole underneath, and you'll be good for a very, very long time. You probably need to reapply this like once every 3 years or so, depending on your conditions, but it's very inexpensive. And rust will literally total out a vehicle, so totally worth it. In the world of maintenance, this is one of the most important things you can do. Also, I'll leave you guys a link for a little nozzle that you can attach to this can, so it'll spray inside of the frame as well. All right, so I'm just gonna go around the whole Pathfinder and undercoat it, and we'll get the floor as well, all the hardware, and we'll be good. Hey, look, our oil's already done draining. Cool. Oh, and something else that's important when you're doing this, because it is a chemical, is to wear a mask. So I just showed you that without one because, you know, you can't really hear me with this on, but wear one of these masks and make sure that you're in a very well ventilated area. I have both shop doors open and a fan kind of blowing out, and we're going to town. Woo! Woo! I'm all done with the undercoating, and you'll see little drips here. All this will turn into kind of a wax in a little bit, and it does darken up the color of the frame, so it looks much nicer. But I got in everywhere on the frame arches, and right now you can see it's still wet. It's kind of doing its thing, soaking in everywhere. We'll come back to this in a little bit. It'll be like wax. In the meantime, we have to remove this baby oil filter, and look at this. They give you a little slide for the oil so it doesn't totally soak your frame, which honestly in this case is great because oil gets all over the frame and kind of rust proofs this part. Seriously, look at this. There's no rust at all on this part of the frame because of the oil changes. Just loosen this up. Does it go down the slide? It does kind of go down the slide a little. And the frame, I mean, if they just made the slide like a little wider, they were right there. We know from that lower intake manifold bracket thing that I had to get out of the way for the coil that they know how to make brackets. That's basically what this is. Come on, Nissan. Let's give me a wider slide. Whatever, free rust proofing, I guess, for this little section. The Pathfinder calls for 5W30, but I'm gonna use 540 because it does have 203,000 miles. We're putting some European spec engine oil in it, of course from AMSOIL. So if you have higher mileage, you can put a little bit of a thicker oil in there. It might offer some more protection in case your bearing clearances have widened a little bit, but try to keep the cold start viscosity the same. So we had 5W30 before, and we're using 5W40 now. That way your cold start is not affected. That's where a lot of damage happens, so you don't wanna go to a thicker oil during the cold start because then it won't get properly lubricated. But once it heats up, the 40 weight is gonna protect this thing a little bit better. With the oil change done, we are gonna swap out differential fluid. Whoa, all right, quite a bit in there, but well, it's looking pretty good. If it has color to it, that's usually a good sign. And oh wow, yeah, this thing was maintained, guys. Bet you they did this not too long ago. Drain plug is back in, fill plug has been out, and we're gonna fill it up with some 7590, the AMSOIL squeeze pouch. Of course, no extra tools needed. This thing is sweet. So with differentials, you just squeeze it in until it starts to come out, and then you can cap it off and you're done. Bag number 2 going in. There we go. Okay, she's good. Cap it off. Diff service done. Save yourself money. Do this stuff at home. Front diff. Wow, it's like brand new. This is sweet. All right, let's see what our transfer case fluid looks like. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, that looks great. We'll do it anyway, but that looks really nice. So the transfer case, we're pumping the fluid in, and this takes automatic transmission fluid. So we're just gonna use our cheap little $10 transfer pump. And same as the differentials, as soon as some starts coming out, you cap it off, you're done. You saved yourself probably $300 compared to the dealership doing it. Almost done. Oh, yeah, perfect. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful transfer case ready to go off-roading. This would make for probably a really good off-roader. Anyone out there, off-road Pathfinders? Let me know in the comments. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. Got a lot of off-roady stuff. And it's a Pathfinder, so it just like finds the path for you. We're almost done with the LSC care package. It wouldn't be complete without the performance improver for the gas tank. Drink up. This is port injected, so it's gonna clean up the injectors, the pistons, the valves, the combustion chamber. It's gonna clean everything, you know, in the 203,000 mile engine. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The Nissan Pathfinder daily driver is ready to go, all LSC'd out. No warning lights. I put about 45 miles on it yesterday. It was absolutely perfect. Slight vibration if you go really fast on the highway. It could be from tires, but again, it's an inexpensive vehicle and it's gonna serve its purpose just fine. Now, as nice as the Pathfinder would be for my daily driver, especially right before winter, I do have a daily driver right now. It's my 1992 Olds Cutlass Supreme, and check it out. I technically drove it in the snow. We got our first snow here. But as much as I would love to rock that Pathfinder as a daily and through the Chicago winter, I think there may be someone out there that could use it a little bit more than me. And I'll find a legit daily driver replacement before the snow really comes down. So let's go surprise somebody. All right, we've made it another 30 miles or so. We're at Fluid Motor Union, one of my all-time favorite places. And look at this, no warning lights, no nothing. Well, you know, whatever. All right, we're pulling this in. OJ! What up? I'll give you a little bit of a backstory here. We're giving this thing away to someone in need of a vehicle. A couple of months ago, OJ texted me and he asked me if I had any kind of cheaper vehicle for someone that's about to turn 16 and that now turned 16. And at the time I didn't, but now I do. And tell us about who we're giving this car away to. I've never met him.
A problem you're helping me solve is I had this kid who really wanted to work here. We didn't even have a position for him. He just was really passionate about cars. So we kind of like came up with a job for him to be able to sweep up. You know, his parents started talking to me. He really wants to get a car. If you were 16 and didn't have the money to afford a car, how would you get into that situation? What could you do? And he's more or less working here for that. And I've been trying to find a way that we could find him something that maybe needed a little work that we could help him fix. So he learned a little bit, but then something he had that more or less was decent enough for him to drive at 16.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, this has a little bit of meat left on the bone as far as repairs.
That's perfect.
So,
I didn't want it fixed anyway, because if it was too nice, I feel bad about giving it to a 16-year-old.
yeah,
so.
right. No, but it's reliable. The engine running and not starting thing is all fixed. But I did notice a vibration on the highway, which I thought were the tires. And then I just realized a few hours before driving here right now, there's a little bit of play in one of the U-joints.
Okay.
So it needs a U-joint, very inexpensive part to replace, but a good learning experience. And this is something you could totally not fix at all on a cheap vehicle like this, but the rear coil springs are cracked. They've probably been cracked for 100,000 miles. We see this all the time, but something else, it pays an hour each side. It's not that hard, but he can learn about suspension. So there's those two things that need to be fixed. And then it's good to go. So
yeah, I think it's a phenomenal opportunity for him. I feel good about it because, like I said, I told you, not something too perfect, something he could kind of learn on, but not something that was too nice. Me at 16, I didn't deserve a nice car because I was going to mess it up regardless.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let him learn on it in multiple ways, if you know what I mean. So
all right, cool.
This looks great, Alex. I appreciate you helping me out with it.
No problem. And you said your mom is picking him up right now, right?
Yeah, she's going to get him because he typically either has to walk here or take the bus back. So we picked him up before, but today we were offered to do it. So
all right, so Fluid is a legit family-run business. His mom's in the front office, OJ's on the floor, his sister's here. It's like, for real, a family business. So his mom's literally picking up this 16-year-old kid that we're gonna give this to. So we gotta put some stuff in it so he can like clean it out, because that's one of his jobs here, is he cleans out the cars and vacuums them and stuff. It's not that dirty, but let's do that.
Yeah, let's see if we can figure a way to surprise him.
All right, I gotta get all my stuff out of here. I got jacket, jeans, baby seat. I mean, it was my daily driver for like 4 days. David's almost here, and I did leave this all dirty on purpose. Normally I detail these cars out, but we need him to clean something for the surprise. That's his normal job here, is cleaning the cars and the floors and everything in the shop. David's cleaning out the car right now. Let's do this. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I don't know if we met before, but
I don't think we have.
you're doing a good job cleaning this thing up.
Try my best.
OJ said that you're getting your license soon?
I already have it, actually.
Oh, you got your license?
Yeah, I got it a while ago.
No way. Oh, that's awesome. So for this video I'm filming, I was hoping to interview someone that had just gotten their license, and OJ had mentioned. So what are your plans for your first car? Have you thought about it?
Not particularly.
No?
No. It runs.
You want something that runs? That's a good idea. You've been working with OJ cleaning stuff up. Do you want to work in a shop one day? Do you like?
Yeah.
Do you want to eventually work on cars a little bit?
That's one of my dreams to do at some point.
That's cool. Like out of high school, maybe?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I did right out of high school. I went to tech school, like literally 2 weeks out of high school, learned a bunch, just like OJ did. Literally went to the same tech school. And then, we do a lot of car stuff nowadays. So what do you think of the Nissan Pathfinder you're cleaning right now? I know it's a little dirty, but outside of that,
yeah, I like it.
What do you
It's
think of
cool.
this bad boy?
He's pretty cool.
Did you see the back?
No, I've not.
Hold on, let me show you the back. All right, so it's you got to vacuum it. It's a little dirty, but it's got third row seats.
Oh, that's cool.
Leather interior, heated. It's got a sunroof. It's pretty loaded. Tow package, 4-wheel drive. Anyway, so this Pathfinder is pretty sweet. It's been my daily driver for the last week. But what would you think if your first car was a big SUV like this? Like third row seat, you could fit a lot of your friends?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty fun.
Right, but this one needs a couple little things. You want to wrench on stuff yourself though, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's one of the best parts. Yeah.
What if this Nissan Pathfinder was your Nissan Pathfinder?
That'd be pretty cool.
Would that be pretty cool?
Yeah.
Well, it is. Surprise.
Yeah.
Yay.
Absolutely wicked.
So OJ let me know a couple months ago that you've been working here, sweeping the floors, cleaning up the cars, and that you were going to be getting your license soon. And I guess you already got it. And so I had kind of, an ear out for an older vehicle that was a reliable vehicle that would be a good first vehicle. And when I found this one at the auction, I immediately thought of you, even since we haven't met before. I couldn't put a face to it, but
Thank you.
OJ had kind of explained, your situation and money's tight and you're working here to save up for a car. So I figured I'd help out a little bit with this.
Thank you.
Especially if you're willing to kind of earn your keep and fix it up.
Yeah.
Because it needs a little bit. Anyway, what do you think?
I think it's really cool.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
You want to take a seat in it, fire it up? I mean, you still got to clean it.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I'm a big guy into cleaning.
Eh?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's comfy, isn't it?
It is very comfy. I won't deny that.
This is yours, man. Your
Thank
first
you.
car.
Oh yeah.
And it's got a couple like kind of easier things to fix, but stuff that'll like get your wheels turning in your head about mechanics, you know? And I think you'll have a lot of fun fixing it.
Yeah, it does sound fun. Definitely.
Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you,
And you
dude.
brought your mom's here too, right?
Yeah, she is. She's
All right, let's go show mom. Mom, come on in here. Hi, mom.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
All right, you didn't tell them anything, right? Okay, that was the deal with all these giveaways. They're legit giveaways, like they're a surprise. But mom had to know because we had to clear, you know, the type of vehicle with her, and she gave it the thumbs up. So I fixed it up for you guys, but there's still a couple things he could do, which I think will be perfect.
Okay.
But it is safe. It's got good brakes, good tires, it's full frame, it's got airbags, it's got everything a mom would like
Okay.
in the car.
Of course, my concern that it's,
Yeah.
concern that it's fun to drive.
Exactly. That's how my mom was as well. But my first car was a 1988 Trans Am, so definitely not safe at all and not reliable either. But, you know, it worked out. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
Wow,
no
this
problem.
This is really cool. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
of course, of course. Enjoy a Nissan Pathfinder. The whole family
Thank
can
you.
go on road trips with this thing. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, and guess what? Guess what? You get to learn how to buff out headlights.
Yeah.
I got a video on that, or 5.
5?
David and mom want to go for a quick ride. Hey, all the lights work. That's good. You fit very well in this thing.
Thank you.
I'm hopping in. What other cars are in the family?
A Toyota Corolla and a Mini Cooper.
Oh, okay, cool.
Woo!
Yeah, it's peppy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeesh, man.
It's pretty peppy,
It
right?
is very peppy.
It's pretty fast, isn't it?
I can tell, yeah. I'm already at 40. Jeez.
How's the comfort level up there?
No, it's great. The seats are comfortable. It's a lot of room.
You guys keep on bringing up skiing. Are you guys into skiing?
Oh yeah.
He is.
I'm very
You are
into
into
skiing.
skiing?
Oh, yeah.
Back in my younger days.
Nice.
But David is very into skiing. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a perfect car. I don't know if it has the ski bag feature though, like my X6 had. You don't need it in this monster.
Just put it in the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, all right, David.
it turns well.
Yeah.
It turns
Burning
well.
rubber already.
My bad.
We're gonna stick this in auto 4-wheel drive for you.
Oh, it's in real right now.
It's rear-wheel drive, and
Yeah.
then you can flip it right there by the shifter. You'll get better gas mileage in 2-wheel drive.
But when we have stuff like, you know, even Thursday when the snow starts coming in.
Oh yeah, when the snow comes in, you'll be ready. All right, so you like it?
Oh yeah, very definitely, yes. And I'm very thankful.
Thank you, OJ, for setting us all up and making this all happen.
No, I appreciate you helping me with this problem. Like I said, he's been doing a great job here, and figured this was a good opportunity when you said you were looking for this and making
Yeah.
it happen.
Thank you.
And I feel like we
I-
found the right people.
I normally do like a Christmas giveaway, so this is a little bit before this, you know, Thanksgiving, but you know, holiday spirit.
And you know he's going to college in 18 months, like.
Yeah.
So I can, yep. This is the car to get the stuff.
Definitely, you can move everything.
It'll get him
Bring-
there with
bring-
everything spare, you know?
Yeah, definitely. David, you gotta get out of here. Come on, come on. Congrats, David.
Thank you, man.
I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I want to see pictures of it all cleaned up and you doing the U-joint and springs and stuff like that with OJ. So good luck with everything. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this 2-part little mini-series on the Nissan Pathfinder. I'm sure I'll have another Nissan in the future for all you Nissan fans. I do own a GTR, although we don't see it very often. It'll be here soon for some exhaust. We got the tips coming up. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, have a fantastic day, a good Thanksgiving, a good Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. And I'll see all of you in the next video. OJ's gonna do a video on those repairs with David, so that'll be in the Fluid Motor Union channel. And one last thing I wanted to show you guys, I'm picking up my van, and OJ did a little bit more work on the exhaust. Look at this beauty. Are you serious? So he reworked this area with the cutout. It is perfect. Nothing but the best for my Chevy Express. I thought that was gonna rhyme. That doesn't rhyme, but. Max B-roll. Never mind. Car's getting in my way. Not B-roll at all. Oh wait, is he going away? Is he going away? Is he going... Oh, what is he doing? He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Don't kill me. He didn't kill me. We'll do B-roll out of the way. If this thing is in really good shape, like I hope it is, it's getting the LSC care package for. If this thing's in good of shape, I don't know who was in. I don't know who was in charge of the stickers for Nissan back then, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know who was in charge of stickers for Nissan back then. I don't know who was in charge of stickers for Nissan back then, but 75% of the time, that sticker makes no sense. 100%. Now we just need to try and get the socket out with the plug, and that is where a magnet comes into play. Very nice. Oh wait, there's no plug. but we still have the hardest one left. But we still have the hardest one left to do, so I shouldn't be saying anything, knock on. Yeah. But we still have the hardest one. The Pathfinder's back up in the it's in the